Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to make this wonderful sweater, this beautiful red sweater, and we will be needing our yarn. So this is the yarn that I'm using for this tutorial, my babe. The both of them are weights 40 and it's an 100% acrylic fiber. I'll be using 2 packs for now. I'll also be needing my scissors and my 5.5 mm hook and my measuring tape. So now guys, we are going to be making a slip knot, and we are going to be working with 2 of the loops. So I put them together and just tie a knot. Some like to leave a longer tail, but I won't be leaving a longer tail. So when you make your slip knot, you grab your hook, insert, and tighten as much as you want it. Right now you are going to make 10 chains. So here I have my 10 chains. So in case you are working with a different yarn or different hook, I will be measuring so you know the length of what you are making. So I have 2.5 inch here. So whatever you are doing, just make it 2.5 inch long at least. It will help you get the same amount. And I'm working for size small. That size small is for the bust size 34. So that is the one I'm working for. So I will tell you, just like I post up there, I have all the measurements with me, so I will show you how to go about every measurement that you want. So right now we have 10 chains, so we'll just go over to the second chain and make a single crochet. So you make a single crochet all the way to the end of the work. So guys, I've done my single crochet down to the end of the row, and I have 9 single crochets here. So now I will have to go over to the next row. I will chain up 1, turn my work round, and make a single crochet in the stitch. Then after this, I will be working on the back loops. I have 2 loops, the front and the back, so I'll be working on the back loop. 1, 2 to the 7th, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So on the 8th one, which is the last, we are going to make a single crochet in the stitch, no more on the back loops. That's to say, we are going to be working on both loops. So in the first one I worked on the both loops, and in the last one I also worked on the both loops. So to go ahead, we will chain 1, turn our work round. The first one, we are going to be working on both loops. Then from the first to the 7th, we are going to be working on the back loops only. So when you are done working on the 7 back loops, you now work the 8th one, you make it on the both loops. So this is just how to go about this. It is very simple. So now guys, I'm done with my rib, and this is what I have. So I'm just gonna measure it. So I have exactly 16 inches right here, and I made 64 rows of this rib. So 64 rows for small size, and that small size, just like I told you, is size I mean the bra size 34. So to go to the next phase, right now we are going to chain up one, and we make a single crochet in all the stitches. So I'm going to start from here. So you make a single crochet on all the stitches, I mean all the spaces that you have. So I'll meet you at this end. So guys, now I've done my single crochet all the way to the end of the row. So right now we are going to start the body. We are done with the bottom rib, so right now we are going to work on the body, and we're going to do that by chaining up 2, and this 2 does not count as anything. So you turn your work around, and you go into that same space and make your one double crochet. So you go ahead and make one double crochet all the way to the end of the row. So guys, I'm done with this row. I made my one double crochet in each of the stitches down to the end of the row. So right now we're gonna measure because I want you to have a really good work at the end of the day. So right now we have, I don't really know how it's happened, but we have 17 inches. Just like I say, I don't know how it's happened. And if you look very well, you see that our work is a bit curvy like this way. I don't really know if you can see it. So this 17 inches right now, okay, maybe because the ribs are not flat as this, but it is sorry, my camera is shaking. Okay, it is okay because this should be a little bit smaller than the body, you know, to give it that shape. So 17, this is half of the work. You can take it as the front, you can take it as the back. So this is half of the work, giving us 17 inches, and we are making for the bra size 34. So 17 for the front, 17 for the back. Together we have 34 inches, which is the size of the bra we are working with. And it's not really going to be this is not going to be tight on the person, and it's not going to be loose on the person. So it depends on you if you want yours to be bigger. Okay, if you actually want this size but you want yours to be bigger, you can equally just make an increase as you go to as much as you want. So right now the next thing we are going to do is chaining up 2, and remember this 2 does not count as a double crochet, and we turn our work round, then we go over to, okay, in that same stitch you add your 1 double crochet. So continue making your 1 double crochet to the end of the row. You continue this until you have 23 rows of your 1 double crochets, and that is going to give you 15 inches. So I'll meet you when I'm done with my 23 row to show you what next to do on the shoulder and the neck part and the hand. Okay guys, I'm done with my 23 rows of double crochets, and we are going to measure all. So we have 15 inches, and might be 15 and a half or so. So right now we are going to do the neck part of it, which is here. And so you might be needing your stitch marker right now. I would like you to count out from this place to 19, as in like 1 to 3 to 19, and you count out the same thing from here. I might not be using my stitch marker, so let me just show you what I mean. So right now you will have to chain 2 as usual. Turn your work round. These 2 chains does not count as anything. So when you are done with your 2 chains, it doesn't count as a double crochet. You go into the same space and make your 1 double crochet. So you're going to make your 1 double crochet until you get to the 19th row. So here I am at the end of this row. So we have 19 double crochets. So for the next row you will have to chain up 2. Then you work round. Now you will decrease. So we are going to decrease. Just do it like normal, and you repeat the same thing. Wrap round, insert, wrap round, pull through. Okay. Wrap around, pull through. You have 3 loops. Wrap around, pull through all. So this is the decrease, and all this counts as 1 double crochet. So you go ahead until you get to the end of the row. At the end of this row you will have 18 double crochets. So guys, I finished up with the second row of this, and this is the 3rd row, and when I am done with this row I have 18 double crochets, and in this row I chained 2 as usual and make a double crochet in that same space. And at the end of this row right now I have 16. So to make it 17, because we are also going to decrease on this row, that means we are going to make a decrease. You understand? So in these 2 remaining stitches, so this last one, I'm just trying to hide that tail. So you have 3 loops, just finish up. So at the end of this row you will have 17 double crochets, and this is where we stop. So this is actually the part of the neck. Yeah, this is a part of the neck. So right now you are going to chain up 1, and you cut the yarn. So now you are done with this. It is now for you to connect the 2 together. So you repeat it here and also repeat it here. So you do it on the four sides, like here and on the other side. So I've already connected mine, so I'm going to show you how I did it. And I've also done one of the hand, so I'm just going to show you how I did everything. So right now we are going to connect this. We are going to connect the shoulders before we come to the neck part. So to connect it, I'll be using a 2.5 mm hook, and I'll be using this tiny yarn. It's 40 gram. That is just one of the two. You know, I've been working with double, so I'll just be needing this one of it. So I will use it to connect all this together. You can use your needle if you have one. Sorry, it should be inside here, where you, like, on top of the double crochet and on top of this one. So you can make your slip stitch anyhow you can. Then you put this still through, you put the loop through here. First of all, I would just like you to chain one or make a slip stitch here before you continue with the work. Then I made it on this side to close up here, so I will also go back into that space where I started and make a slip stitch. It can be a little tricky, so you go over to the next and the next here, and you make a slip stitch, sorry. So just go ahead. You can equally use 3 mm. You can even use your 5.5 mm, or you can use anyone to do this. So, but I don't know why I feel more comfortable using this smaller one. I mean the hook. Okay, we just go ahead until you get to the end of the row. So guys, I'm here at the end of the row, so I'll just have to finish up here. So you can just like make another slip stitch by the side, just the same way we did here, and make a chain one, then you cut your yarn off. So here we are done with connecting the neck, the shoulder. So this is it, and this is the back. So this is what the front looks like. I don't know if you can see it very well. So this is it. This is what it looks like. Okay. Right now we are actually going to work on the neck. Sorry I didn't say this before. Now I don't know how you want yours to be. I don't really know how you want your own neck to be, but for me, I think I will just have to count to let you know how many stitches that I have. So I have 27 inches, and it is, let me measure it because of you. You can just make yours approximately, it is approximately 8 inches, but I think you just have like one line after 8 inches, so you can just make yours 8 inches, but it is left for you to know how you want yours, you understand, and how fat you are, or how fat your neck is, or how fitted you want it to be. the fitting might be different from mine. You can equally make your own 10 or make it smaller, like some people make their 6 or something. So right now we are going to work on the neck. So you just have to grab your hook. You are switching back to your 5.5 mm hook right now, and we get the 2 yarns again. Make sure it's together, then you make your slip knots. Then when you are done with your slip knot, like, you will have to bring this. You choose where you want to start. I actually choose to start, oh my god, I just start here. Is where I finished up, so I'll just start here. I'll connect the yarn, make a chain 1, and I'll be hiding this tail alongside, so I'll just make a single crochet in that same space. So you go ahead, in the next space you are going to make a decrease. So you go this way and you insert your hook here, and you go this way. At the end of this you have 3 loops, then you yarn over and pull through all. So this is how you decrease. Now in the next row you make 1 single crochet, in the next you decrease, and the next 2 you decrease. So you pull through all 3 loops. So you just continue with this until you get back to this place. So this is how you're going to be doing it even on this. So maybe when I get here I will stop to show you what to do next. So to do this part right now, I ended this with a single crochet, so we are going to make a decrease here. Just put 1 here, and in this place that connected the other yarn, you just make your decrease. Then in this place you make only 1 here, and here you make your decrease. So I'm back to where I started, so I'll just have to finish up with 1 single crochet, and on that first single crochet I'm going to make a slip stitch there. So now you can test your neck, the neck of your work. If you think it's okay the way it is, then we can now make a single crochet, no decrease anymore and no increase, just a single crochet around. But if you think the neck is still big, you just go ahead and do 1 more single crochet and decrease. But for me, I'm okay with mine, so we will just have to chain 1, make 1 single crochet in space, go over to the next and make a single crochet. So repeat the single crochet in all the stitches in this round. Now you just have to make a slip stitch, then right now we are going to make the rib part of the neck, just the same thing we did on the bottom and on the other hand. So you chain 10, And once you're done making the 10 chains, you go ahead and make your single crochet from on the second stitch from the hook. So you make your single crochet from there to the end of the row. So when you are done with the single crochet down to the end of the row, you make your slip stitch not here but the next stitch. You make your slip stitch in that stitch. This is the complete, this is that you've completed the row that you just came back from. So you see how it look. To go over to the next row, we were supposed to chain one but we won't. So the chain one is just to make a slip stitch in the next stitch. So now you make your single crochet on in the both loops, like between the both loops, inside or on. So the next 7 single crochets will be on the back loops only, not on the front. So you just do it on the back loops. So to finish up with this row, you will have to make the last single crochet in the loop or in the stitch, not like the 7 that you made. So you chain one when you are done and turn around. So for the next row, the first work, you make your single crochet in the stitch. The next 7 single crochet will be on the back loops, just like we did the first one. So I'm just showing you this one more time. So just finish up your single crochet on the back loops. Now the last one you make in the stitch. Now you are done with this. So to finish up with this row, you go ahead and the next stitch and make your slip stitch, and you go over to the next one and make a slip stitch that counts as one chain. So this is just it. You turn your work round and continue with what we've been doing until you go round the neck. So I'll meet you when I'm done to show you. Okay, you just finish up and you connect it. So maybe I'll show you how to connect it together. So this is what we have. Continue with yours. I'll meet you when I'm done with mine. So now guys, to fix the body, this is the body. To fix the body and fix the hand, we will have to, for the hand, we will have to count out 12 rows and count it out from this other side to make sure that you have exact thing that is 12 rows thing. Okay, so you place your stitch marker there. So when you're done with your stitch marker, we are going to connect the other side, but for now I'll have to measure to show you what I have. So I have about 8.5 inches. That is for the hand, 8.5 inches. So for the body is about 10 inches or so, though I didn't measure. Now we are going to connect it. I will be using a needle. So just get your needle and attach your yarn in it, so we connect this together. So now you have to bring the two body together and insert your hook on the first stitch or first space that you have. Then I'll just have to go again through there because this is the end, so you need to be very strong. So you just do it like you're tying a knot and make sure it is well tied. So now you have a very safe end. So to continue, you have to insert your hook, your needle in the same space, then just like this, can just watch. And I am hiding my detail alongside, inserting the next, come over to the other parts and just continue like this. I don't really know how to be explaining this, but I'll just want you to be watching and see how I do it. At this point, we've got to the stitch marker. We'll just have to remove the stitch marker. Then we now finish up and insert our hook in that space that we had the stitch marker, and we just have to finish up there and make sure we have a very tight end there. So you can go through it twice. I'll still have to go through it again to make sure I have a safe end. So please be careful not to hurt yourself. Okay, I have a very secured work right now, so I'll just have to cut the end off. So right now we are going over to the hand. So this is what we have right here, and it is very beautiful and very strong. So we are going over to the hand right now, and we will start from the armpit. That is where we are going to connect our yarn. So connect it and chain. Okay, connected, and now you will make it strong and make, no, I'll just have to make a single crochet in that same space, and I will hide my tail alongside. So in this part right now, you are going to make 2 single crochets in all the spaces that you have. Once you are done with the single crochets on each 2 single crochet in each of the spaces, you will just have to make slip stitch and from where you started, and you chain 2 for the next row. You chain 2 and make 1 double crochet in that same space. So go ahead and make 1 double crochet in the spaces that you have there until you come back to where you started from. So once you get back to where you started from, you just make a slip stitch to connect it, and you chain 2 and repeat what you did in this first row, like making your 1 double crochet in that same space, and go ahead make your 1 double crochet. So this is just how to do the hand. No decrease until you get to the 13th row. After the 13th row, I'll decrease. So just go ahead. I'll meet you when I get there. So guys, I'm done with the hand right now. Let me explain how I got to the end. I made 1 double crochet all the way to the 13th row. So on the 14th row, I started decreasing. I made 1 decrease on the 14th. On the 15th, I didn't decrease. I decreased every second row. That is to say 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. So those are the places that I decreased on the even numbers. So every second row from 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and I ended on 24. So you should have about 16 inches long, because we are still going to repeat this for the hand, and this is 2 inches. So just like we have here, so you are still going to decrease, you're just going to do this on the other hand. So this should be 2 inches because I want us to have a total of 18 inches long for the hand too. Just the same thing with the body. So right now it is just the same thing with what we did on the neck is what we are going to repeat here. That is to say, let me just show you how. I'll just leave it to it. So you will just have to finish up, and when you are done with your 24th row, you just chain 1 and make a single crochet in that same space. Then in the next 2 spaces, you make your decrease like this. In the next, you make 1 single crochet. So you go around with this pattern: 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. So you just go ahead with the pattern until you get back to this list. If you feel that you still need to do that, you go around the next row. But if you don't feel like doing it again, you just go the next row. You just go 1 single crochet, no more decrease or increase. Then before you add this, just the same way we did, sorry for the noise, just the same way we did on the neck part. So I just hope it is very, very simple to you too. So guys, I'm done with this. I made only 1 row of the decrease, the one that we did together, and the next one I made only single crochets, just the same way we did the neck. So to do this right now, we are going to chain 10. We're going to make 10 chains. So after you make your, let me do this together with you. You make your slip stitch and you chain 10. So after you make your 10 chains, you start making your single crochet on the second chain from the hook, second from the hook. So you make your single crochet the way to the end of the row. So once you are done, I made my single crochet to the end, and I have total of 9 single crochets. Now this is the space where we started from. So you are going over to the next space and you make a slip stitch, that is for this, and in the next you make a slip stitch, and this comes as the chain 1 that you need. So after you've done that, you turn your work round and make your single crochet inside the stitch, the first single crochet inside the stitch. Now the next 7 single crochets you are going to make, the next 7 single crochets you are going to make will now be on the back loop only. So when I'm done with making the 7 single crochets on the back loop, so the last one, which will complete the whole of its 9 single crochets, I'll make it in the loop, in the both loop, not in the front or back, but both of them. So chain 1, turn your work round. The first single crochet, you make it in the first, in the stitch that's on both loop or in both loop, however you understand it. So the next 7 single crochets, you make it on the back loops only. So now I've made my 7 single crochets to the end. So the next thing I'll do, the last single crochet, I'll make it in both loops, just like I say, whether on or in, you understand what I mean. So right now I will have to skip. I'm not going to make anything in that space where I started. I'll go straight into the next one and make my slip stitch, and this is for this row that we just came back. So for the next row, you slip stitch in the next stitch, then turn your. So out of the 6 yarns that I used, this is 40 gram, just like I showed you. Out of the 6 yarns that I used, this is what is remaining. and this can make up one. So that is to say I used 5 rows of, or 5 wraps of yarn for it, in case you have it as a question. So that is how many I used. So once you are done with yours, the next thing to do is to chain one, and cut the yarn off. So now you can use your needle, but you can still use your 2.5 mm hook or 2 mm hook, or anyhow you want. I'm using 2.5 mm hook. So you insert it and you make a slip knot with this. So just watch the way I'm doing it. I'll just have to close up this part first, then I'll go into the same space and start making my slip stitch. So I'll make my slip stitch joining the both together. So when you get to the end of the row, you make a chain one. You can do this twice to make sure you have your work secured. Then you cut the end off. So this is what we have. For this tail, you can use your lighter to burn it off, or you can still use a very tiny hook to put it through this. So I'll just be hiding my tails here, so I'll just bring it through. Just like this. Bring it through this part. So guys, right now we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and I hope you understood everything that I explained. So if you have any question, don't forget to drop it on the comment box down below. I gave the details for all sizes. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also share with your friends, and don't forget to drop your question or comment, whatever it is, on the comment down below. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye.